I-65 Shutdown, Louisville, Kentucky. A 8-week closure of the interstate between I-264 on the south side of town to Jefferson Street on the north side of town, or downtown, more or less. I'm taking the official route today from the south side of town all the way around the mess that is the I-65 shutdown. Coming up on the 265 or 264 exit at this time. The official route wants you to stay into the far left lanes. Actually 3 lanes, as you can see with the signage right up ahead. The 3 lanes to the left will get you to 264 west, and you definitely want to stay in these left lanes because particularly during rush hour, people are dodging the left and right trying to figure out which way to go, because you can actually get to 265 or 264 east from this same location as well, and that's what most people are familiar with. And to accommodate the construction or the detour, they've actually split the ramps to where eastbound ramps off once on one exit, one opening, and then westbound ramps off on a different temporary opening, which is what I'm coming up onto right now. So welcome to the video. Hope you find this informational. If you like this type of information, please subscribe to the channel for future content and ring that bell for the same reason. Also give this video a like, because it does help me out tremendously, and most importantly, please share this video out to others. They might get a little bit of insight on how to get around the mess. So here we go. I-264 west at this time. Now the official route does take you through a toll bridges, which is crosses over the Ohio River between Kentucky and Indiana. So that does, you do have to incur that toll charge, $2.68 worth. Me as a commuter in this area, basically 5 days a week, I have alternate ways. Watch for those other videos soon, as I show you different ways to get through the metro without using the toll road or the toll bridge that I actually call the Tro Bridge, because at $2.68 I can use the Florida Turnpike for longer distances at $2.68 than you can going across a body of water for a mile. But that is the Tro Bridge. That is the I-65 Tro Bridge across the Ohio River. That exit right there, exit 10 Southern Parkway 3rd Street, I will be taking that on a future video to get through the city streets, or to get through the, get around the construction on using city streets, which also allows me to avoid the Tro Bridge as well. I'll have future videos on that one very soon. Now you may be asking, where's all the traffic? Well, all the traffic is on a weekday. This is actually a Saturday morning. So during rush hour, this interstate is bumper to bumper and slow, extremely slow, especially at merge points, or points where the ramps or where the interstate splits off to different interstate. Like for example, here in a few miles, I-264 west ends and at I-64, and that particular interchange, when we're not under construction, that particular interchange is a mess. So here in about 6 miles, we will be coming up on the 264 where it ends, and we'll be taking the I-64 east towards downtown. That is the official route around the I-65 shutdown. This particular route, the official route, adds, I believe, like 16 miles to a commute, and adds about 10 to 12 minutes of time to get around the metro. Me, because I am local, I change it up. I will be taking city streets, and there's about 4 different what I call main throughways on the city streets from the south side to north side, or vice versa, I suppose, that I will take to avoid 1, the TRO, 2, the interstate traffic, and 3, just to give the drive home or drive to work a little bit more of a laid back, relaxed drive, because it's not interstate speed or interstate traffic. One and a half miles to the I-64, I-264 merge, split, end, whatever you want to call it. Now during rush hour, right through here all the way up to the end of the interstate here is very stop and go traffic during rush hour. And that's primarily because of the way they have the ramps splitting up here. And they did not improve the lane markings to accommodate the increased volume of traffic on 264. So right now we're up to 3 lanes. We have been 3 lanes all the way around the town, but we lose the left lane here in a quarter mile, and then this lane that I'm currently into goes eastbound, and you have only 1 lane going westbound right after those 2 lanes in the center and left lane. Once those 2 lanes merge, then that's what causes the backup during non-construction periods, and it's even worse now because of all the downtown traffic, all the detour traffic. So the official route says take I-64 east, and that's what I'm doing at this time. That sign right back there is misleading because it makes it look like you're supposed to go left and take I-64 west, which you can, I suppose, because you could actually avoid the TRO by going that direction. Adds more miles to your drive, but it's I-265, which is in Indiana, begins a few miles west of here, and it wraps around all the way around New Albany, Indiana, Clarksville, Indiana, and Jeffersonville, Indiana, and then you can actually get to I-65 using 265, which is about 5-6 miles further north, and again, you don't have to pay the TRO because there's no TRO on that road. But we are taking the official route, which is I-64 east at this time. In 2 miles, the center lane will take me to I-65. where 65 and 64 meet is known as Spaghetti Junction around here. Lots of interwindings of the roadways, overpasses, flyovers, ramps, all that. Obviously, I can't go south. Well, I guess you can to get to downtown. That would allow you to get to Jefferson Street. If I stayed in this left lane, it would allow you to get to Jefferson Street, and then you can ramp off onto Jefferson Street to the city streets. So at least it's open to that point. But to go north, guy uses this center lane. The right lane would be if you were going east onto 64. So center lane to stay on the official detour of the I-65 shutdown as we come up on the Kentucky Yum Center on your right and the 2nd Street Bridge overhead. The 2nd Street Bridge takes you straight into downtown from Indiana, toll free, and that's the way I normally take 5 days a week. Coming up on Spaghetti Junction at this time. I've seen worse spaghetti junctions than this guy. This guy's simple compared to some I've seen around the country. But for locals who don't get away from this area, this is a pretty complex interchange. Around the bend, up to the new, relatively new Lewis and Clark, or I don't remember the name of these bridges. I just call them I-65 toll bridges across the Ohio River.
Welcome to Indiana.
And Google Maps says, welcome to Indiana. So we are now back onto I-65 as we continue northbound to my destination. Stay tuned for future videos where I will be taking you through the city streets of Louisville, Kentucky, in my quest to get around and avoid the mess that is the I-65 shutdown, and avoid the trolls, more importantly, as we continue to do this for the next 7 weeks, thanks to 65 being closed for bridge replacements for the next 7 weeks. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the next video.